another interesting episode of Teens in the Spotlight, episode 4. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whoever is watching me right now. Still, we're reading Violetta, the True Life Story by Miriam Kweyemi. And don't forget, I'm Kim Leah, or you can call me Aliyah Oyakale. If you're new to my channel, my real name is Aliyah Oyakale, but my stage name is Kim Leah Ojis, but you can call me Kim Leah Ojis. Last episode, we stopped at My Journey, chapter 3. Now we're moving to chapter 4. My pride. I believe that the utmost pride for young people is to keep their virginity till they are married. Most young people today, due to different circumstances, often lose theirs between the age of 11 to 19. Young ladies are often victims of sexual abuses from close family members or from friends. Most young guys are always after sexual satisfaction. At this time, they look for ways to satisfy the urge. I painfully lost mine at the age of 15. No thanks to my boyfriend, with whom I have been driving the sexual valley with. For a while, before it finally happened, we kept digging in and in. Every day left me with the thought of what more could happen tomorrow. In my mind, I sincerely thought that we were in love. I was shocked back to reality when I found out that he has impregnated another girl. Meanwhile, I had also become pregnant. He insisted that I had an abortion, a process that we both did not have money for. He told me to brace up. I could not understand. This was someone with whom I had sex severally. I knew I had lost my virginity for nothing. My self-esteem was flat at this time. Where it all began. It all began with R&B music. What kind of music? The kind of music that is sexually arousing and stimulating. We were the only ones in the apartment. It's now that I understand that the halfway had everything played out in his mind. Even before my arrival, it was the day he had prepared to fully have a carnal knowledge of me. The dark color bulb was unusual. He spoke so calmly and expressed his love to me like we just met. I was carried away. He brought out a bottle of chilled wine and opened it. Then drew me closer. He touched my neck and pecked me all around. He then went to my lap. I said no. He responded by saying, "You're safe and I love you." I'm telling you, my brain was formatted immediately. My senses were further clouded by the love sunk in the air. It became more intense. It was a mixed feeling. I wanted the feeling and the warmth, but I did not want the sex. How could I say that when I was already unzipped and half naked before a man? He was already in action. It was already action ready, and he dug into me. I screamed no, but it was already too late. The time I saw blood again, but it was not my monthly period. I had been finally deflowered. I wept bitterly so loud after all the deed had been done, but my voice could not beat the loud music in the room. I pushed him off and he began to apologize. I left and was sad all the day, but guess what? The intercourse still continued. In the first place, why did you go to a boy's house? That is not supposed to be something you're supposed to be doing because it's not right. But in the first place, why did you go there? And going into details, often sometimes situations like this, all you need to do is just scream for help. And you know that you may be disgraced or something like that, but you can try to cover it up with maybe some of your experience, because some of the things that she has learned from her bad friends, how to lie, how to do it like that. So lying in a terrible situation, I'm not against that, because the situation is a situation where you need to help yourself or help somebody. So when you lie in that kind of situation, I will not really call it lying, but it's lying for a good cause. But even if she lies in this kind of situation, she's still in the wrong. And in the first place, you're not supposed to go to a boy's house, even your uncle's house. That's very dangerous sometimes, because most of the things on social media now, uncle raping their nieces, father and daughter, things like that, they just drive me crazy sometimes. contraceptive pills. We continued our sexual escapades and now we have the results. I started with pills usage that should be used by only married people. The birth control pills, using dry gin and salt. I was using every pregnancy preventing myths that I had heard from people on the streets. The health concerns were not even an issue at the time. I would buy condoms for him, and when it burst, I would use salt or other concoctions to prevent the pregnancy. What a fallacy I was subscribing to. At last, I was not successful in my pregnancy prevention scheme. I was tested positive to pregnancy. I could not just bear the thought of mothering a child at the time. My next option was to abort the baby. Fact. The first thought in my mind of a young lady that gets pregnant is to remove the baby. The crime is not the baby, it was the sex. Feeling guilty at pregnancy is a show of remorse, not repentance. We cannot cover up an error with another. I got infected. Do you know what? Sexually transmitted diseases began to spread around my genital area, vaginal. Please remember that I am still a teenager at this time. I showed it to my mom and she helped me apply shea butter. I told my mom that I was still there. What will I do? I was taken to the family doctor who confirmed that it was warts. Genital warts. Genital warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, virus. I really don't know how to pronounce that well. HPV. Genital warts affect both women and men, but women are more vulnerable to complications. Genital warts can be treated, but they can come back unless an underlying infection is also treated. The big question. The doctor asked me to undress and check my genital area where the wart was and asked the following questions. Do you share shaving stick with someone? I replied no. And girls, when we shave sometimes, our shaving stick, we need to keep it well. We shouldn't share our shaving stick with anybody. Nobody should share your shaving stick with you. It should be something that is personal to you. Only you should have access to it. Only you should use it. Have you had intercourse with any boy or man? I paused for a while and answered no. I lied. He then said it's okay. Use this antifungal cream. After several years, I was worried because it became bigger and was told to go through some tests to really know what it is. The fear that it will spread gripped me, effects on me. I got so constant with the use of pills secretly every night and eat it from my parents and sister. The pills is strictly meant for married women under doctor's prescription. A wrong use has its attendant consequences and side effects. That could cause hormonal imbalance. Your period will change. Maybe the time of your period will change, or you bleed more than usual. You will have terrible cramps and discharge from your genitals, clotted blood, and analgesics, pain-killing drugs, because I couldn't bear the pain anymore. In and out of hospital just to get the problem solved. Thank you for watching Teens in the Spotlight. Still, we're reading Violated, the true life story by Miriam Kwame. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.